It's me, the Rice Horse, here back at you with another video. And this video's gonna answer the question: do I ever get angry at God? I'm sure there's some non-believers that wonder, do Christians ever get angry at God? Well, I don't really get angry at God too much, but sometimes I do get disappointed in Him sometimes. Because when I was younger, I was pretty much living. This is like when I was in my early 20s. I was pretty much frustrated living with my parents and my brother. He's he's really annoying. He's like 19, but he was literally acting like a little kid, and it was frustrating. So I would pray to God to give me a better job. But of course, it just didn't happen, so I get frustrated. I wouldn't say I was angry at God, but I was like really frustrated, disappointed. I'll get interviews, but no hires. It was so disappointing, so frustrating. I never actually said this in my video, but I was like 22. I actually tried to join the military. By the way, I never wanted to join the military. I was just doing this to get away from my parents. So, of course, the recruiter was actually supposed to come to my house, but he never came. And I actually saw it as a sign that's like, okay, Denard, do not join the military. So I took that as a sign. Like I said, I didn't really want to join the military. I was just using it to get away from my parents, from my brother. Because back then, I didn't really have no money, much money coming in. It was frustrating time for me. Well, eventually I did get a better job. And I eventually was able to make enough money to get out of my parents' house and pretty much stay out, which is good. By the way, my brother moved out for me, so I didn't get away from him. But there's something else I've been praying for. At this point, I don't even know how long I've been praying for it. I don't know if I was a teenager or if I was 20-something year old. I mean, I lost count. Only God knows how long I've been praying. Well, I was pretty much praying that God would give me a girlfriend. Of course, one that would become my wife later on. And of course, it seemed like it would never happen. Like every girl I met at my job or anywhere, I could never become their boyfriend because it seemed like there was always another guy around. Or some girls were just too arrogant to date me. We all know how girls can be arrogant sometimes. They're like they're too good to date you. Which isn't cool, by the way. So it was frustrating. Years passed, no girlfriends, no dates, nothing. But then at my job, there's this redhead girl. I meet her. She's nice. And she gives me her number, of course. And I actually did talk to God about this. I prayed about it to God. I had to talk to Him about it. About how I was going to be a good boyfriend to this girl. So I talked to God about it. Maybe even a good husband if it lasts that long. I was hoping it would, because at this point, I'm really sick of like chasing after girls at this point in my life. I just want to settle down. I want to have a kid, a little dinar, or I'm fine having a girl too. Only one kid though. I'm only having one kid. So you're probably wondering, did me and this redhead girl become boyfriend and girlfriend? Did we get married? Did we have a kid? I would have loved that story. But the short answer is no. So I waited like a few days to call her because I didn't want to seem too desperate. I had to train myself not to be too desperate, because when I want some, the way my mind works, I want to go after it hard. So I'm like Superman who has to hold himself back. So that's how I got to hold myself back. Wait a few days, call her. I was actually wondering, okay, Denard, where we're gonna take her out. I was wondering how our first date was gonna be. I was gonna ask her out on a date. And of course, I'm like, what? She don't like me. And I'm thinking, Denard, she didn't like you. She won't give you her number. So I thought, okay, I guess that's right. That's true. So I called her. Asked, there was no answer, so I just sent her a text message. And she had a Facebook account. Because, I was going to go on that Facebook account. Make sure there was no boyfriend, no kids. Because I didn't want to deal with all that drama. And also look into her profile, see how old she was. She actually looked pretty young. But she's actually the same age I am. She's a little bit older, actually. So I'm like, okay, that's good. We're the same age. Awesome. Because it's a funny thing. I actually, not long before I met her, I actually kind of complained. I wouldn't say I was complaining, but I talked to God. I'm like, why don't you ever bring a woman my age to my life? They're always either older or younger. So she's my age. I'm like, man, God must really sent her to me. But there was one small problem. There was this guy in her picture, a young man around our age. So I'm thinking, is this her boyfriend? Please don't be her boyfriend. Be her brother. Yeah, please be her brother. So I asked her who the guy was. Is that her boyfriend? And it was worse. It was her husband. And let me tell you, at that moment, I was actually mad at God. I was angry at him. I felt like God was laughing at me. And I just snapped. Asked God, does he think this is funny? I was young when I said, did I say it? Answer me. So, if there was one time I was angry at God, it would have been that time. And that's pretty much the only time I ever yelled at God. I'm not proud of it. I was frustrated. I've been praying for a girlfriend for like years. And finally, it seemed like it was going to happen. One thing about me, you don't want to get my hopes up and then just disappoint me, because it's just not good. I had my hopes are up. Then I was disappointed when it didn't happen. I was angry. So yes, I have been angry at God before. That's like the one time I can think of. But I don't really get angry at him too much. There's times I get disappointed because he don't let certain things happen. Sometimes it seems like he let certain people get away with things. He didn't let me get certain jobs. But when I look back, it's like, you know what? It's a good thing I didn't get that job. It's a good thing I didn't end up in the military, because I don't think I would have liked it. I could have saved up a lot of money, because you don't have to pay rent in the military. So that's one good thing about the military. I could have saved up more money. Then when that military time was up, I could have had some money to the side. But other than that, I really don't think I would have liked it because it's really not my thing. I didn't even pray for it, by the way. I never prayed that God would get me into the military. It's just like one of those, see what happened. But there were jobs I prayed for. So I answered the question, do I ever get angry at God? And it's yes. And I'm pretty sure there's other Christians that have been angry at God once or twice. But I don't really get angry too much. Like I said, it's more disappointments because he don't let certain things happen. Sometimes I feel like he don't punish people. So I don't be angry with, I'd be like disappointed that he didn't punish certain people. But it's all good. I mean, I love God. And by the way, I did apologize when I raised my voice at him. I felt like God was laughing at me that day. But then I had to take a step back and realize God's not like that. If anything, I was the devil laughing at me. So for y'all, you all unbelievers, yes, Christians do get mad at God sometimes. I've been there. So you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If there's ever a topic you want me to go over, just leave comments down here and I'll try my best to go over that topic. But with that being said, have a blessed day. Bye for now.